come up right there. They can type it in.
Okay. You could type in your questions. I'm ready for your questions. Please type in your questions. Should I say something?
Yeah, type all questions. I need to type any questions. Now they're gonna pop up right there. You do your comment.
I see my comment yet.
They should be able to see that.
You got my head chopped off.
Oh,
Let me tell my daughter to ask a question.
just so now we know. Now let me check on mine.
Got any questions? You're typing on the side. She said, my daughter said she doesn't know how to ask the question.
There's actually a comment box.
There's a comment box. There's a comment box.
I'm trying to check right now myself too.
Oh, they're on Zoom? You watch me on Zoom the whole time?
Oh, well, the school got to bring it back up.
Oh, then Zoom got to bring it back up.
The school.
The school. Let me tell him. All right. All right. All right. Type the question in Zoom. Tell him to type the question on Zooms. And they read it out to me. Can you see it on Zoom?
No, I didn't even know they did the Zoom. Oh, yeah, that's right, they did. But then,
can I go on Zoom?
Going back to the point. Hold on. Yeah, no, I'm on your live right now. Hold on, let's just end it. So there's a new link there. Oh, okay, new live is right here. Oh yeah, see it. So when you go on YouTube, yeah, it should have a comment on it. Okay. Sure.
Oh.
I'm about to ask you a question right now.
Okay. My daughter. Hello? Hello? Oh, she hung up. Is it I'm gonna try and get on the Zoom thing. We're getting the Zoom.
You have to.
You're not live. They will call you on the phone.
I just left you a comment. Yeah, you're on Zoom. That's the problem.
ER the producer.
See, there you go. The comment. You see that one? So whoever's on YouTube, they have a chat. They have a chat.
Hello? Okay. Okay. Can they still see me live?
You're live right now.
Oh. Oh yeah, now he restarted it. I can see myself now. He pulled it up. How come?
Just refresh the page.
Refresh the page.
And just click on your Carol A. Gordon. It has a red dot on it.
Jim, refresh the page. Okay, should I send it to you again? Okay.
Someone said, thank you. Thank you.
Sorry. Somebody put in the chat that this is a link they're able to see it from their laptop. So maybe you can click on that link from the Lord.
The lower link? Can they see it from their laptop?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, everybody go to the chat and get on that link.
Can you see me?
I don't see it. It's the bottom of the chat box.
But there's no.
Oh, it's popping up. Stuff is. It's popping up now.
What item was your largest to find?
What item took the longest amount of time to find? I type it back, right?
Yeah, just same thing. You can say it or you can type it.
Most of the items took quite a long time to find stuff. I found a lot of stuff in garage sales, thrift shops, people's homes.
Because it's causing feedback.
Okay. My first artifact was actually the Josephine Baker poster, a Mammy cookie jar, and a string holder my uncle had given me. My uncle's the one who actually started me collecting. He gave me 3 pieces because he admired me because I worked 3 jobs. He told me anything that I found, start collecting it because it's going to be a part of history right now. And those are my first 3 pieces. The museum is almost like a hobby, but I wanted to display this stuff rather than keep it in boxes and taking it out. And every time my kids' friends came over, I would already have the stuff out. My great-granddaughter, when she came to stay with me, the first thing she said was, "Grandma, why do you have all this black stuff around here?" But if you go to other people's homes, they always have their families wipe things up or whatever things up, what their heritage is. So this is part of my history. And that's why it became almost like a museum. I want people to see it, feel it, touch it. I hope that you can hear me to answer your questions, right? The most expensive item, mind you, is something that, if you could pass me that blue rag doll up there at the end. Yep. To me, out of everything I have, this is my most expensive item. This is a rag doll that my son had given me. My son was killed in violence and gun violence at the age of 22. When we used to go around, we used to go to different antique stores, garage sales. He came home one day and said he found this doll in the street. It had a bicycle tire, dirt line up the middle of it. And I thought at his age, he must have been about 10 or something like that, for him to think that this was something that should be in my collection. So this is my most important thing to me and my most expensive. So are you having technical difficulties?
Because you're calling on the phone.
Okay, here.
Because you're calling on the phone.
Hello, can you hear me now? All right. He asked, what inspired me to the journey of collecting history? My uncle inspired me. He gave me 3 items. My uncle admired me. I worked 3 jobs, and he told me, here. He gave me a Josephine Baker poster, the string holder that I showed you, and a cookie jar. And he told me anything that I saw to collect because it was going to be a part of history. People being proud, saying Black Power, I'm proud, Black Power. And with that, they used to destroy a lot of stuff. I started collecting. A lot of dealers started holding things for me, keeping things for me. And with that, that's how I started collecting. And that started me on my journey of collecting history. And the more things I found, I would look up and research the history, and not knowing the unspoken history treasure of each artifact, why it came about, how it came about. Imagine what ancestor was wearing the slave shackles, who was part of this. Why did this happen? The story about the lawn jockey. I mean, different things just started coming up. The most expensive item is this rag doll that my son gave me, who was killed in gun violence at the age of 22. He was about 10 years old. He found this in the street. A dirt tire was up the middle of it. And as a result, I thought he was 10 years old. He thought enough to bring this home, to give this to me, to put in my collection. The other question is, my first artifact, I already said those three things. And what motivated me to create a museum, I had so many things, and I didn't want to keep it in boxes. And so many people always came to my house to see the things that I had in boxes. So I started hanging up and putting things all over my home, so all the ancestors can enjoy and breathe and let people feel what they went through. That's what inspired me. And my collection would continue to inspire me to keep collecting, because I know history is, if you get rid of history, you won't know your future. You don't know whose shoulders you stand on. You don't know what type of fight you have to fight to keep on going. Are there any more questions? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, just say yay or nay in the question comment box. I'd appreciate it. Any other questions? Yay. Thank you, Ashley, for saying yes, you heard me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, Brittany. How can people view my museum? I have a website with my phone number on it. My name is Carol A. Gordon, Unspoken History Treasures. My phone number is 516-236-3493, or you can email me at cgordon@unspokenhistorytreasures.com. 2-on-1 with Mike and Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm with you also. Thank you. We have to keep our history. We have to know our history in order to keep on going. Dominic, thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to make sure we have this tape so we could run it again. And we'll let Dr. Banks know and Malik know, so they can run. People can watch it continuously, okay? Well, I have my own channel. It'll be on the same channel, the YouTube channel, okay? And I'll have more programs. I'll be doing more parts of my history and pulling out more artifacts. I'll be doing that like once a week. So I'm working on that now. And what inspired me is Malika and Dr. Banks, who inspired me to go on YouTube to do this. I appreciate it. And I thank you, the Suffolk Community College, for having me come back every year, bring out different things and doing different programs. And I thank you, the youth, for listening and being a part of history. Carol, I want to film this for you. Okay, Mike with Mike. Any other questions? I appreciate you all. Open mind. This is history. There's nothing I'm not showing you is made up. fabricated or anything like that. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you all. So this will all be repeating again so other people can see it who did not see it today. Thank you. Thank you. And this is just a little bit. I mean, I have tons of stuff. We didn't walk through the kitchen. We didn't walk through the den. We didn't walk through the dining room. My dining room, I devoted that to all the Moors. My kitchen is all to the mammies and the pappies and stuff like that. So each room has their own theme, sort of. The hallway I have dancing, so I have different things. Any other questions? Oh, does the necklace around your neck have any meaning? No, I only think that red is a powerful color. It's a strong warrior color, so I think of my ancestors when I wore it. And I have a little kente with the red in it also, an African print. So this is to the ancestors who fought and shed a lot of blood. Yes, do you have a few more hours? I could talk all day for a week, every day. That's for sure. There's something I could talk about in every artifact in this house. We'll have to do this again. But if the college invites me back, I'd be glad to do it again. And just focus on one thought theme. We did a great presentation year before last, and as a result, Malika Lockhart had some focus groups out of it. If you'd like to do a focus group around the artifacts and talk about it and discuss it, I would love to. Any other questions? Sorry for the little technical difficulty, but the YouTube gave more of a space. The only thing, you're just learning something different, and I figured the young kids already know how to do it. So looking at all this history, a change has come, but it keeps coming and repeating, coming and repeating. We have to know our history. We have to feel our history. When you walk in this home, you feel the history. You feel the ancestors talking to you. Any other questions? Well, I, myself, and I speak for the ancestors. They thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in here, being a part of this, and for you to keep on speaking and saying their name. That's why they say her name, say his name, say their name. You're saying their name. It's a part of history. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess that's it. Should I call Dr. Banks? Okay, let me call before you exit.
No, exit. Give him a call.